I'm Art Erickson.
And I'm Tim Clark.
And we're here to present a very fun historical review and prognostication into the future. 19 years ago, Ralph Bruins and I started Urban Ventures here in South Minneapolis. I've lived in the neighborhood for 44 years, one place, and it's important to be one place for a long time. When we started Urban Ventures, we started from City Ventures, which was Bill Norris out at Control Data, his nonprofit, for-profit, and we took that over and started Urban Ventures. We did it on Crack Alley, Alexander Brothers Pornography Empire, in a time when the city was vacating businesses, people, resources, and we took this over as the secondary economy came in, and none of that has dignity. We tried to think through what's going on. What do we do? How do we see this thing? So we put in 2 soccer fields. We put in a youth hub. We put in a family center. We did some other things that were done for commercial purposes. We put the Colin Powell Youth Leadership Center in there with the Cristo Rey High School. And we created a highway of hope in this neighborhood that takes kids from preschool to post-secondary. We saved the organization in this really tough economic time, and now we've emerged ready to go into the future. We've hired a new CEO. The search committee did a lot of work. They introduced this person to the board, to the leadership team, to some other people, and I am really, really, really glad to introduce to you Tim Clark, because Tim is going to take Urban Ventures to the next level, and I want you to meet him.
Great. Well, thank you, Art. I grew up in Minneapolis in the suburbs, and this was an area of Lake Street back when I was growing up that you definitely stayed away from or wanted to stay away from. The reason I am here is because of the hope that has been created by Art, the leadership team, and others, and looking as towards how we can execute on that hope going forward. I believe God called me here, okay, that I really felt, and we've had a passion towards missions as being a 19-year Cargill veteran, both domestically and in Africa. And then in that time, I had created a skill set to be able to create and execute on specific and global strategies, to develop people, to bring people together to communicate a mission, a vision, and a strategy, and how a plan was going to be executed. Those are skill sets that will be very helpful here, at Urban Ventures. One can look at our relationship with our neighbors and say, how do we work with our Somali neighbors? How do we facilitate healthcare closer into this community? And how do we holistically serve the families that are here? These are 3 ways that we'll look in the future to be able to convert on that hope that we've talked about here. I'm very excited about our future. I'm very excited about where we have been, but we're not going to let Art off the hook. Art has a lifetime of community building and urban renewal expertise that we need to continue to tap, not only here within this community, but elsewhere. And so, Art, would you like to talk a little bit about Studio 180?
Yeah, there's a lot of cities and there's a lot of countries that are trying to attack and think through their urban situations. Studio 180 is our attempt to turn things around 180 degrees. You have to do that in cities and in urban communities. We've had 65 cities and countries come in and already taken the tour, and we've got a lot more that want to come in and want to talk about how do you do things. So we are bringing people in to help them how to see in the city, how to think in the city, what to do in the city, and then go back home and do it after they've seen what we've done and how we've done it. We want to help people weave strategies for survival. That's our word. You've got to survive and thrive in the city, in their cities. And we believe we can help do that.
So Studio 180 will be a program under Urban Ventures. And bringing me on as CEO allows Urban Ventures to have the bandwidth and capacity, but also really it's an opportunity and really an obligation of ours, okay, to provide this expertise, again, not only here, but elsewhere through the United States, and we're very excited about that.
And this is fun because I'll report to Tim, And what they are doing here is crucial, and I'll be telling the history of the last 19 years, and we'll put that connective tissue together in a really, really positive way.
So this is a story of hope and converting and continuing to execute on hope. And as we do so going forward, I look forward to getting further integrated into the community, certainly to expand and deepen our programs, and to again look at this from pretty much the same model that Art and others did 20 years ago and beyond, which in my terms I call spiritually social entrepreneurship. So thank you very much.